Somebody told me you struggled when it came to playing Fortnite when the team got together online. Are you any better at Call of Duty?
Oh man, I don't know where you got that news from.
Our next guest is the answer to the trivia question, who was leading the NHL in ice time per game at the time of the pause back on March the 12th? Thomas Chabot, defenseman of the Ottawa Senators, joins us here now. Thomas, you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So 26 minutes on the nose through 71 games you're averaging here this season. Have you been able to recover in any way over this past month or so?
Yeah, it's been nice to kind of just lay quiet a little bit, get some rest. But no, it's been fine. I think obviously it was a couple games this year that I played some big minutes, but I mean it's part of it, and I was really enjoying it.
Yeah, well, 11 times you broke the 30-minute mark there. And, one thing we continued to hear from whether it was DJ Smith or Chris Schwartz, the strength and conditioning coach, was that you're skating so effortless, so efficient, that it almost seemed easy for you to log that much ice. I'm wondering kind of where you developed that skating stride that allows you to play as much as you do now in the NHL.
I mean, it's a good question. I think I don't really have an answer for you because, I mean, I started skating, I think I heard my mom the other night saying I was 3 maybe when I started skating. Obviously, I have an older brother that's 4 years older. So as a younger brother, you always want to do everything your big brother's doing. So he was out there. I was out there with him skating, learning to do rollerblades. And obviously, we were lucky enough to have an outdoor rink right by our house. It was maybe a 10-second walk. So that was something pretty cool. I spent a lot of time there growing up. And I guess my dad's played hockey in his whole life. My mom was a figure skater, so I guess maybe a little bit of my mom's skating. I don't know, who knows, but I guess we'll never really get that answer either.
Well, I didn't know that about your mom, Claude, figure skating, because I know your father played well into his 40s. Your brother, of course, played as well, and I'll get back to him in a moment. But for how long did your mom do figure skating?
She did it for a while. I don't know how many years on the dot, but she did it for a while for sure. She that was kind of her sport growing up. She really enjoyed doing that, so she did that for a while. I'd have to ask her again to how many years, but I guess the skating, the hockey thing has always been around my family, and I guess that's kind of where I got it from.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I want to get to your brother, Felix Antoine. You mentioned 4 years older. He played hockey growing up. So Ken Reed, one of the anchors at Sportsnet, he has a book called One Night Only, where he tells the stories of all the different guys that played just one game in the National Hockey League, and that was it. And your brother played one singular game in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League for the Victoriaville Tigres, October the 12th, 2010. He scored 2 goals that night, the first and last goal in a 7-1 win over Rouen-Noranda, and never played another game in the Q. How is that possible?
That was I don't know. It's obviously it's different at the time. Victoriaville was a strong team. They were going to win it, so they wanted older guys on the team or whatsoever. But no, I was there at that game. He scored 2 goals. He I think with less than 30 seconds left in the game, he hit the crossbar for the hat trick. So I mean, it was a special night. It was obviously you always feel lucky to be able to play there, but I think it's kind of a running joke going around in our family now that he's probably he's the only guy with an average of 2 goals a game in the QMJHL history now, because since he only played 1 game, he had 2 goals. So but no, I think obviously those are situations that happen. There's, like you mentioned, so many guys that happen, whether it's in the NHL or the junior level, whatever it is. But no, obviously he was a good player. He played 1 game. He didn't get a chance after, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, you alluded to it right there. I mentioned trivia off the hop. I mean, I got in touch with our stats team there, and they told me that he was the only guy ever to score 2 goals in his Q debut and never play another game. And if you take away the connotation of minimum goals scored, he would have the all-time lead in goals per game average with 2. Guy Lafleur was 1.975 over the 113 games he played in the league. How often do you guys talk about that?
We do quite a bit. Usually when we rally up together, we have a dinner together. It always comes back to the conversation. We always kind of make jokes about it. Obviously, we at the time we didn't really know what was happening, but I think it's good for him. I think he worked hard his whole life. His dream was to be a hockey player, just like mine was. Obviously, his way went separate. His hockey career went separate ways later on, but I mean, his passion for the game, his love for the game has always been there. That's where I got mine from, at least, just following his path. So no, we bring it up. It's just now it's all fun, it's all jokes, and everybody kind of laughs at it.
Right. Well, did he get like any, last question on this though, did he get any souvenir from the game? Did he get a game puck, the game sheet that showed that he had scored twice? Anything?
I don't know if he still got it, but I figure his first QMJHL game, you probably get a puck or something like we always do. That's a good question. If he still has it, I'm gonna have to call him after this interview and see if he does. But no, I think it's all memories. I think he's never gonna forget about it for sure. When you play, I mean, we all dream about the NHL, but we also dream about playing as a kid from Quebec in the QMJHL as well. So to be there to play one game to score 2 goals, I think it's good for him. It's well deserved.
Well said. All right. I know. I mean, you love being around your teammates. Love going for dinners with them on the road. How often? What lengths do you go to keep in touch with the guys during this time? Especially considering COVID-19 was a very real scenario within the organization with the positive tests.
Yeah, I mean, we always keep in touch. Obviously, as you guys know, a couple of guys has been affected by it, but now everybody recovered really well. Everybody's feeling really good and healthy, which is the main thing. Everybody's trying to follow the rules, whether and we're all in separate countries or cities or whatever it might be. So everybody's doing their part in that way. And but no, we do keep in touch. We have our group chat that's keeps on getting fired up a couple times at night. We play video games together. The other day we played some Call of Duty on Twitch with Brady. So we just try to do little things to keep in touch and keep talking to each other. And obviously, like you said, it's a weird situation. It's very different for everyone, but I mean, we all got to do our part and follow the rules to help this thing get better.
Somebody told me you struggled when it came to playing Fortnite when the team got together online. Are you any better at Call of Duty?
Oh man, I don't know where you got that news from, but no, I'm just kidding. But no, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite and getting better at that. But Call of Duty, we played Warzone. Actually, was my first time playing it, and first couple of game we were a little rusty, but we were happy to get a win on stream, and we were pretty fired up with that.
All right, Colin White. I know both you and Brady Tkachuk asked who would be the one player on the team you'd want to avoid quarantining with. You both said Colin White. I know you did the thing with Paul Bissonnette earlier this year. You said he's the guy with the smelliest gear, the one guy that's the most tired in the morning. How has Colin White seemingly become the butt end to every joke inside the Senators locker room?
You know what? I think he's just Colin White. He's a great guy. He talks. He's always got something to say. He loves being around the boys. He just loves the boys. So I think that's kind of what happened over the last 2 years is that I think because he knows he kind of loves getting that little attention as well. So I think that's why the boys are giving it to him a little bit. But I think it's all jokes. He's loving it. He's laughing at it, and we love just giving it to him in just a friendly way. But no, he's a great guy to be around. He was my roommate for a year. We were together in Belleville. We got drafted actually the same year, so we kind of went up that way together. We're really good buddies. We all love the guy for sure.
All right, just a couple more for you here, Thomas. I mean, you think about amazing. In June, this will already be 5 years that have passed since you were drafted 18th overall by Ottawa. And I'm sure as a Quebec kid, you can feel for a guy like Alexis Lafreniere, who a few months ago was dreaming about the opportunity of potentially being selected first overall in the NHL draft in the Bell Center in Montreal, of all buildings. Have you thought much about not just Lafreniere, but all the draft eligibles and the lead up, the combine, the week of the draft, the pomp and circumstance that they likely won't be able to experience this year?
Yeah, for sure. It's unfortunate for sure. I mean, it's part of what we're going through right now, and those are the things we got to do to make it better, obviously. But no, for sure, you got to feel bad. I think it's any hockey player that went through the NHL draft and got their whether you were in first round going on the stage or you were in the other rounds after that, you just got your jersey. I think it's still the best day of your life. It's a dream come true. But I mean, at the end of the day, the point is the same. Everybody's gonna get drafted, is gonna get a jersey, a hat. Obviously, the big show is not gonna be there, which is unfortunate for them. But at the end of the day, what we want is as kind of like teenagers, as their draft players. We want to get drafted. We want to have a chance. So I'm sure everybody's going to still be really happy to hear their name.
GM Pierre Dorion admitted that every morning he plays around with that NHL Draft Lottery Simulator online. Do you at all?
No, I haven't done it. I've seen it a few on the internet going around, but I mean, it's going to be an exciting moment for sure. I think whether we pick first or not, I think we're still going to get a very high end player, a guy that's going to help us for the years to come. Whether it's next year or the years later, I think it's going to be used for our organization for sure.
In 2017, you were named the Personality of the Year in the QMJHL, so we appreciate you sharing some of that with us here today, Thomas. Thanks again for doing this, and stay safe during this time.
Thank you very much.